Hey everybody, if you're curious about what's going on in the Stockton housing market, please continue to watch this video. On today's video, I'm going to be covering all sorts of detail here about the Stockton market, including home prices, how long homes are taking to sell, what's new on the market, all sorts of great stuff. So continue to watch this video. My name is David McKeever. I'm a real estate broker in Stockton. So I'm going to get started right away with the amount of homes that came on the market last month. And on the chart here, we saw a decline in the amount of homes that came on the market in November, dropped to 240 homes. That is the light green bar here on the screen. The previous month, we saw 326 homes come on the market. So it looks like a little bit of seasonality starting to hit the market. The same kind of trend happened last month, or last year rather. We saw less homes come on the market in November. Let's take a look at how many sold this last month. 281 homes sold in December. That is a drop, a slight drop from 287 in October. But the big story here is the decline in the amount of homes that came on the market because the previous 5 or 6 months, we saw an increase each and every month of the amount of homes that came on the market, giving more buyers choices on what they wanted to purchase. But last month, like I said, there was a decline. Let's see how that's affected the home prices here in Stockton on the next slide. All right, here we have on the chart behind us are the average list price, which is the top green bar, and then below it, the red bar is the average sold price here in Stockton. Last month in November of 2021, the average sold price was $442,000. That was a slight increase from the month before, which is $435,000. And that's a pretty good sign because the last few months it was relatively flat, and then we did see a decline. So we're back on that upward trend. But compared to 1 year ago in November of 2020, home prices here in Stockton were at $394,000 on average. That's over a 12% increase in the average sold price. So that's quite a great return in the last 12 months. Now let's take a look at how fast homes are selling for here in Stockton. On the chart behind me shows the average days on market, which is the indicator. It shows how fast homes are selling for, how long it takes for the homes to go pending once they hit the market. And last month in November, the average was 21 days. Previous was 20, and then the month before that was 17. So a slight increase, but overall relatively still quick. Still showing a lot of buyer demand here in Stockton. In a normal market, sometimes we'll see this number about 30, 35 days. So homes are still selling relatively quick. All right, on the top green bar above us here on this chart is the list to sales price ratio. And I really like to keep an eye on this metric because it shows what homes are selling for relative to their asking price. And last month in November, this metric was right at 100%. So this is telling us that homes are selling for, on average, what they're being asked for in terms of the price. So a little bit of cooling off after those hot summer months where homes were often selling way above their asking price with multiple offers. So the market is cooling here as we get into the winter months, which is pretty seasonal, pretty irregular thing here in Stockton. But lastly, let's take a look at the months of inventory and the overall trend of what's happening here in Stockton. All right, and lastly, the last chart I have for you today is a months of inventory chart. This data gives us an idea if we're still in a seller's market or in a market that is favoring the buyers. And right now this metric has dropped to we're at 0.9 months of inventory. And basically this means if there was no other homes placed on the market, how fast would all the homes sell that are currently on the market? So in this instance, it's right about 1 month, just shy of 1 month, which is a relatively very short period of time. And just to remind you, in a normal market that doesn't favor the seller or the buyer, this statistic should be about 3 to 6 months is kind of our normal market. So we are still technically in a seller's favored market, and we're anticipating that trend to continue into 2022. We are anticipating more homes coming on the market in January and February, but there's plenty of buyer demand. Plenty of buyers are still out there looking for their first home or to move up into another home. They want to take advantage of these low interest rates while they last. So still a very strong and robust market here in Stockton. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching the December 2021 housing market update. I do the housing market update videos each and every month. So if you want to see next month's, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below if you are on YouTube. And let me know what you think about the housing market. Based on everything I showed you today, leave a comment below. Where do you think it's going to go? I want to hear your feedback. And like always, if you ever need any help or have any further questions, I'm here to help. So you can reach out to me, send me a message, or my phone number is down below on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. See you next month.